Listen to me carefully, because what I'm about to tell you has the power to transform your life, if you let it. Most people are stuck, not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because they're repeating the same patterns every single day. They wake up with doubt, carry fear, and let excuses dictate their choices. But that's not you. That's not who you are. You have the ability to break free. It starts with one decision: to take control of your mind. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have. Whatever you focus on, you feel. Whatever you feel, you act on. And your actions shape your life. So ask yourself, what are you focusing on right now? Is it empowering you or holding you back? Stop waiting for the right time. Stop waiting for permission. You don't need someone to tell you that you're good enough. You're already good enough. You've always been enough. But here's the truth. You've got to step into that belief. You've got to own it. Start by feeding your mind every day. What you consume will either elevate you or poison you. Read books, listen to inspiring voices, surround yourself with people who lift you higher. Build habits that strengthen your body, fuel your energy, and expand your mind. It's not about massive changes overnight. It's about small, consistent actions that build momentum. And when fear shows up, and it will, don't run from it. Face it. Fear is a signal, not a stop sign. It's there to show you what matters most to you. Use it as fuel. Let it push you to grow, to take action, to step into the person you were born to be. You've got one life, one shot. Every day is a gift. Don't waste it living someone else's story. Don't waste it doubting your greatness. Decide right now that you're going to live with purpose, with passion, and with power. Your focus creates your reality. Think about this: where your focus goes, your energy flows. If you constantly focus on problems, guess what happens? Those problems grow in your mind until they seem insurmountable. But if you shift your focus to solutions, opportunities, or gratitude, your reality begins to change. Most people live in a state of unconscious focus. They dwell on what's missing, what's wrong, or they fear. And that focus traps them. But here's the truth. You are not your circumstances. You are your focus. Imagine this. You're driving on a winding road and there's a massive pothole ahead. If you stare at that pothole, what's likely to happen? You're going to hit it. Why? Because your focus pulls you in that direction. But if you focus on the clear path around it, you'll navigate past it with ease. Life works the same way. You can train your focus. Start by asking better questions. Instead of asking, why does this always happen to me? Ask, what's the lesson here? How can I use this to grow? Instead of focusing on what you don't have, focus on what you can create. Shift from why me to what's next. Your brain is like a heat-seeking missile. It locks on to what you tell it to look for. If you focus on reasons to fail, you'll find them. But if you focus on reasons to succeed, you'll create them. Take control of your focus every morning. Before you even start your day, decide what you'll focus on. Gratitude, opportunity, progress. And watch how your life transforms when you stop feeding fear and start feeding your future. Decisions shape destiny. Your life is not determined by your circumstances. It's determined by the decisions you make every single day. And it's not what happens to you, it's how you choose to respond that shapes your future. Think about this. Every big breakthrough in life begins with one decision. The decision to start. The decision to commit. The decision to say no more. Or I deserve better. Those moments of decision are the turning points that define your destiny. Now here's the kicker. Most people don't decide. They drift. They let life push them around, reacting to what happens instead of choosing what they want. But the power is always in your hands. Every decision you make sends a ripple through your life. The small everyday choices, what you eat, how you spend your time, who you surround yourself with, add up to create your long-term reality. And the big decisions, the ones that scare you, challenge you, or stretch you, are what propel you to a new level. If you're not where you want to be, look back at your decisions. Are you choosing comfort over growth? Are you choosing fear over courage? Are you choosing excuses over action? Here's the truth. Making no decision is still a decision. If you don't decide to step up, you're deciding to stay stuck. But the moment you decide to commit fully, doors start to open. Opportunities you didn't see before come into focus. You don't need to have all the answers right now. You just need to decide that you're going to move forward no matter what. Decide that your future is worth fighting for. Decide that you won't settle for anything less than your best. Because when you make a real decision, one where there's no turning back, you unleash a power within you that's unstoppable. Your destiny isn't something you wait for, it's something you create. And it starts with the decisions you make today. Feed your mind, starve your doubts. Your mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant and nurture will grow. If you fill it with negativity, doubt, and fear, those weeds will take over your life. But if you plant seeds of positivity, growth, and belief, your life will flourish. And if you cultivate a high vibration of positivity and belief, your life will soften. Here's the problem. Most people don't even realize what they're feeding their minds. They consume negativity from social media, surround themselves with toxic people, and let self-doubt run on autopilot. Then they wonder why they feel stuck, overwhelmed, or unmotivated. If you want to change your life, you have to start with what you're feeding your mind, what you consume. Whether it's the books you read, the conversations you have, or the thoughts you allow will shape your reality. Think about it. If you eat junk food every day, your body will suffer. The same goes for your mind. Feed it junk and it'll weigh you down. Feed it inspiration, knowledge, and empowering ideas, and it'll lift you up. Start small. Begin your day with something that sets the tone for success. Listen to an inspiring podcast. Read a chapter of a book that challenges you to grow, or write down 3 things you're grateful for. Fill your mornings with positivity and watch how it changes the rest of your day. And here's the thing. You have to guard your mind fiercely. Doubts will creep in. Fear will try to whisper in your ear. You can't stop them from showing up, but you can choose not to feed them. Don't give those doubts your energy. Instead, redirect your focus to your goals, your strengths, and the person you're becoming. Surround yourself with people who challenge you to grow, who believe in your potential even when you don't. Seek out environments that fuel your passion and energy. Make it a habit to feed your mind daily, because what you consistently consume will determine who you become. Remember, your doubts only have power if you give it to them. Starve them by feeding your mind with the thoughts, knowledge, and inspiration that fuel your growth. Do this every day and watch your doubts fade as your confidence and potential take their place. And the other thing is, if you do this, set an intention. And if you believe it yourself, progress equals happiness. Happiness doesn't come from what you achieve. It comes from the progress you make every single day. Think about it. When you're growing, learning, and improving, you feel alive. You feel fulfilled. That's because progress is the key to happiness, not perfection. Most people tie their happiness to outcomes. They say, I'll be happy when I get that job, when I lose that weight, when I buy that house. But here's the problem. Once they reach that goal, the excitement fades. They move the goalpost further and feel unfulfilled again. The secret is this. It's not about the goal itself. It's about who you become in the process. It's about waking up each day and saying, I'm better than I was yesterday. Even small wins, like reading 1 page of a book, taking a 10-minute walk, or choosing gratitude over negativity, can create massive momentum over time. But here's the challenge. Progress requires action, and action requires effort. Most people avoid discomfort because they think it's painful. But real pain comes from standing still, from knowing you're capable of more, but doing nothing about it. The good news is that progress doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to get it right every time. You just have to keep moving. When you fail, get back up. When it gets hard, push through. Because every step forward, even the smallest one, builds confidence, energy, and belief in yourself. Progress also comes from challenging yourself. If you're not growing, you're dying. Push yourself out of your comfort zone. Try something new. Take risks. Growth comes from stretching, from going beyond what you thought was possible. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small they seem. That celebration fuels your motivation to keep going. Progress equals happiness because it reminds you that you're alive, that you're evolving, and that your potential is limitless. To stop waiting for the perfect time, start today. Take one step forward. Feel the joy of growing, and you'll realize that happiness was never about the destination. It was always about the journey. Energy is power. Energy is everything. It's the driving force behind every action you take, every decision you make, and every result you achieve. Without energy, even the best plans will fall flat, but with the right energy, you can accomplish anything. Even more specifically, we live in a world that is grounded in logic. The belief that you actually are capable of anything. Think about the times in your life when you've been at your best, when you felt unstoppable. What was the common factor? It wasn't just your skills or knowledge. It was your energy. High energy creates clarity, confidence, and momentum. Low energy leads to procrastination, self-doubt, and inaction. When you feel that way, you produce energy and productivity and momentum. One of the reasons why, here's the truth, energy isn't something you just have, it's something you create. And the good news is you have complete control over it. It starts with your physiology. How you move your body directly impacts how you feel. Stand up tall, breathe deeply, and move with purpose. Watch how your energy shifts almost instantly. Your energy is also fueled by what you put into your body. If you're living on junk food and sugar, you're robbing yourself of the vitality you need to succeed. Feed your body the nutrients it craves, drink plenty of water, and prioritize sleep. These aren't luxuries, they're necessities for peak performance. But energy isn't just physical, it's mental and emotional too. The thoughts you think and the emotions you allow will either drain your energy or supercharge it. Negative self-talk, worrying about the past, or fearing the future will zap your energy faster than anything else. Shift your mindset to focus on gratitude, possibility, and action. Surround yourself with people who energize you, not those who drain you. Your environment matters. If you're in a space filled with negativity, you'll feel it. Seek out positive influences, people, places, and activities that inspire and uplift you. And if there's anyone in your life that doesn't, let it go. Search for people who do it. Lastly, remember that energy grows through use. The more you push yourself to act, the more energy you'll generate. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. The hardest part is starting, but once you do, momentum kicks in and energy flows naturally. Protect your energy. Cultivate it. Direct it. Because when you're operating at peak energy, there's nothing you can't achieve. Energy truly is power. And it's the key to unlocking your full potential. Fear is a signal, not a stop sign. Fear is one of the most powerful forces in our lives, but what if I told you that fear isn't something to be afraid of? What if I told you that fear is a signal, one that's trying to tell you something important? It's not there to stop you, it's there to show you what matters most. Think about the last time you were afraid to do something. Maybe it was speaking in public, asking for a promotion, or taking a leap into the unknown. What did that fear really represent? It represented growth. It represented a challenge. Fear is simply a natural response to stepping outside your comfort zone, which is where all growth happens. So that's our challenge. Step outside your comfort zone, which is where all growth happens. The mistake most people make is seeing fear as a roadblock. They believe that if they feel fear, they must be doing something wrong. But that's the opposite of the truth. Fear is a signal that you are on the edge of something new, something big. It's a sign that you're about to break through to the next level. Here's the key. Instead of running from fear, lean into it. Don't let it paralyze you, let it propel you. Fear is the signal that you care about something, that you're pushing yourself to grow. Whether it's fear of failure or fear of judgment, it's telling you where you need to go. The best way to handle fear is to shift your mindset. Instead of saying, I'm afraid of failing, say, I'm excited to learn. Instead of saying, what if I'm not good enough, say, I am capable of figuring this out. When you approach fear with curiosity instead of resistance, it loses its power over you. Here's an example. Think of a time when you were afraid to take action, but you did it anyway. Maybe it was asking someone out, starting a new project, or making a bold decision. What happened afterward? Most likely, you realized that fear was just an illusion. You didn't die. In fact, you probably grew stronger, smarter, and more confident as a result. Fear only has power over you if you let it. Recognize it for what it is, a sign that you're growing, evolving, and stepping into something greater than you were before. Let it be your fuel. Let it be your motivator. The more you face fear head on, the more powerful and unstoppable you become. So next time you feel that fear creeping in, don't turn back. Use it as a compass. Know that you are on the verge of greatness. Fear is your ally, not your enemy. And when you harness it, there's nothing you can't achieve. Small habits create big results. It's easy to get caught up in the idea of huge, dramatic changes. We want to change everything all at once. Lose 20 pounds in a week, double our income in a month, build our dream life overnight. But here's the secret. Real success doesn't come from giant leaps. It comes from small, consistent habits that add up over time. Think about it. One push-up today won't make you stronger. One book won't make you a genius. One meal won't transform your body. But what happens when you make those small actions a daily habit? Over time, those actions compound and you see massive results. The key is consistency. It's the little things you do every single day that make the biggest impact. If you're trying to get in shape, don't focus on how long it'll take to reach your goal. Focus on taking the first step. Start small. Maybe it's 10 minutes of exercise a day. If you're trying to build wealth, start by saving a small percentage of your income each week. It's not about how much you save. It's about making saving a habit. The same goes for your mindset. If you want to change your thoughts, start by replacing negative self-talk with positive affirmations. Even something as simple as starting your day with gratitude can shift your entire perspective. When you make it a habit to think positively, you start to see the world through a lens of opportunity, not limitation. But here's the thing. Don't wait for motivation to get started. Motivation is fleeting. The key is to create habits that you can rely on even when you don't feel like doing the work. This is where discipline comes in. If you wait for motivation to strike, you'll be waiting forever. But if you develop habits, you'll keep progressing even on the toughest days. Think about the impact of tiny habits in every area of your life. Imagine what would happen if you just added one new positive habit to your routine every month. In a year, that's 12 habits. Small but powerful. Over time, those habits stack on top of each other, creating massive momentum that can take you from where you are to where you want to be. Success is never about a single event. It's about the small steps you take every day, the little decisions that seem insignificant in the moment, but in the end, create extraordinary results. So what's working no longer makes us feel afraid, and more afraid, including, by the way, more and more things to avenge. So don't get discouraged by the big picture. Focus on the process and make small habits that align with your goals. Over time, those habits will add up to something far greater than you could ever imagine. Live with intention, not reaction. So many people go through life reacting to what happens to them instead of taking proactive control of their own story. They react to circumstances, other people's actions, and situations they can't control. But here's the secret to a life of power and fulfillment. When you live with intention, you stop reacting and you start creating. When you're reacting, you're letting external forces dictate your emotions, decisions, and actions. It's like being on autopilot. One minute you're feeling great, and the next minute someone says something rude and your whole mood is flipped. Or maybe you get some bad news, and suddenly you feel like everything's falling apart. But when you live with intention, you decide how you're going to feel, how you're going to respond, and what actions you'll take. You take control. Living with intention means having a clear vision for your life. It means knowing what you want, why you want it, and creating the daily actions that align with that vision. When you live intentionally, your decisions are based on what you truly value, not on the whims of external circumstances. And that's the key to living with intention. That's the key to living a life on purpose. Intentional living starts with self-awareness. It starts with knowing who you are and what you stand for. Ask yourself, what's my purpose? What do I truly want in life? What kind of person do I want to be? Once you know the answers, every decision becomes easier. Here's an example. Let's say you're trying to be more disciplined about your health. If you're living reactively, you're waiting for motivation to hit before you go to the gym. Or you're making food choices based on your current mood. But if you're living with intention, you've already decided that health is a top priority no matter how you feel in the moment. You don't wait for motivation. You take action because it aligns with your greater vision for your life. Living intentionally also means staying focused on your goals. Life will throw distractions at you, people will try to pull you off course, setbacks will occur, and obstacles will come. But when you're living with intention, you don't let those things dictate your life. You stay focused on your goals and adjust your actions without losing sight of your purpose. This isn't so easy. By directing our lives, we just have to realize it's not as hard as what people say it is. Zach, living with intention means making conscious choices about what you feed your mind, who you spend your time with, and where you focus your energy. Every decision you make, no matter how small, is either pulling you closer to your vision or taking you further away from it. When you live with intention, you are the creator of your life. You stop being a victim of circumstances and start being the hero of your own story. You begin to see challenges as opportunities for growth and setbacks as lessons on your way to success. So take a step back right now and ask yourself, am I living with intention or am I just reacting to life as it comes? The answer will determine your future. If you want a life of purpose, fulfillment, and achievement, it's time to take control and start living intentionally. You are already enough. So many of us spend our lives believing that we aren't enough. We think we need to be more, do more, or have more to feel worthy or successful. But the truth is, you are already enough. Right now. In this very moment. This belief that you're not enough is the biggest lie we tell ourselves. It's the voice that says you need to lose more weight, make more money, or be more perfect. That voice keeps you stuck, constantly striving for something external to prove your worth. But here's the truth. Your worth doesn't come from your achievements, your possessions, or anyone else's approval. It comes from the fact that you are already whole, complete, and worthy just as you are. Understand this, there's no perfect version of you that you need to become. There's only the real, authentic version of you that's already good enough. You don't need to wait until you have it all together to start living fully. You don't need to wait until you're perfect to chase your dreams or share your voice. You are enough right now, exactly as you are. Imagine if you truly believed that every day. How would your life change if you stopped waiting for approval or perfection and just embraced who you are, flaws and all? You would take action with confidence. You would create without fear of failure. You would love without hesitation. You would live from a place of power, not insecurity. You are already enough to start that business. You are already enough to write that book. You are already enough to speak your truth and stand in your power. There's nothing you need to add to your being to be worthy of success, love, and happiness. The only thing you need to do is recognize it. When you feel unworthy or not good enough, it's often because you're comparing yourself to others. You see someone else's success, their confidence, their beauty, and you think, I'm not like them. But the truth is, we are all unique. Your strengths, your journey, and your story are yours alone. You have something to offer that no one else does, and that is more than enough. Every time you feel like you're not enough, remind yourself, you are worthy, you are capable. You have the power to create, to grow, and to thrive. Don't let the world's standards define your value. Your value is innate. It's within you. So stop waiting for external validation. Stop waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect version of yourself. You are already enough, and the world is waiting for you to step into your greatness. Your journey starts the moment you accept this truth, the power of now. So many of us spend our lives stuck in the past or worrying about the future. We replay old mistakes, relive old regrets, or live in fear of what could go wrong. But here's the truth. The only moment you truly have is the present moment. And it's in this very moment that everything changes. The past is gone. You can't change it, no matter how hard you try. The future hasn't happened yet, no matter how much you worry about it. The only thing you have control over is right now. This moment is where your power lies. When you live in the past, you're stuck. You're letting old thoughts, old experiences, and old fears dictate your present reality. You can't move forward if you're constantly looking behind you. The past is just a lesson. It's not your identity. Let it go. Learn from it, and then move on. When you live in the future, you're letting fear and uncertainty hold you back. The what-ifs paralyze you. What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? What if it doesn't work? The truth is, you don't know what the future holds, and all the worrying in the world won't change that. What you do have control over is what you do today. The most powerful way to live is to embrace the present moment with everything you've got. Focus on what you can do now, whether it's taking one step towards a goal, having a meaningful conversation with someone you care about, or simply being present and grateful for the moment you're in. Right now is where your life begins to shift. Here's the trick. When you're present, you're more productive, more creative, and more connected to what truly matters. You stop wasting time stressing about things you can't control and start focusing on what you can do right now to move your life forward. Being present doesn't mean ignoring your goals or not planning for the future. It means being fully engaged with the task at hand. When you do that, the future will take care of itself because you'll be making the right decisions, taking the right actions, and living in alignment with your purpose. Take a moment right now to bring your awareness to the present. Breathe deeply. Notice what's around you. Feel the power of this moment. You have everything you need to create change, but it starts with choosing to fully show up in the now. Living in the present moment is the key to peace, clarity, and success. Stop waiting for the right time or the right conditions to act. There is no better time than now.